Domestic violence is all about power and control. Simply, it is one person. It doesn't have to be male, it doesn't have to be female, but it's somebody trying to control somebody else.
I started out 10 years ago with my abuser when I was in high school. It was the typical story of he was a charmer, he was great, he was sweet, he said all the right things. Within a month and a half, it was already, I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And at 14 years old, you think, okay, that's great. And it quickly turned from, I love you, I want to spend all my time, to you can't spend your time with that girl or that guy. You can't wear certain clothes. You shouldn't wear your hair curly because it makes you look fat. It was a rule book. All of a sudden, my life was rules according to him.
I think the biggest thing is that it doesn't start out as physical abuse usually. About 98% of victims don't experience physical abuse from the get-go. What they experience is emotional abuse, controlling behavior, isolation, jealousy. So a lot of people don't realize when they've come to WPS that they were victims of domestic violence long before they were actually first hit. They were victims of domestic violence the first time you were told you couldn't wear that or you couldn't talk to that person.
Children are affected so badly by domestic violence. It takes their heart and their soul, their protectiveness that that parent is supposed to provide for them.
They hear, they see, they feel everything. You know, that tension at the dinner table, you can feel that. Imagine living in a home that's uncomfortable constantly.
Working here in the hotline as a hotline advocate, we received a call one Sunday morning from a woman who had come before. Her husband was a crack addict and was using, and during this incident, the children were witnessing all of the abuse that went on. From about 2 in the morning till about 9 o'clock that morning, they had been witnessing their mother being beaten, raped, mutilated with a knife, attempted to be stabbed. They witnessed their dad going crazy on their mother, making horrible comments that just should never be directed at a woman, especially in front of her children.
It leaves them untrusting, and they don't have a smile on their face. They don't know who they can trust. And hopefully here at WPS we can change that and help them gain back their trust of, the human race.
Women's Protective Services is a haven for battered women and children, and we also serve men as well.
First thing that we want to do is meet their basic needs, so food, shelter, clothing. And then further than that, we get a little deeper with counseling, social referral, where we offer other agency support.
We have a wonderful children's program which offers the same benefits to children to help them learn how to break the cycle of abuse.
To be perfectly honest, when I first started WPS, I kind of thought I had an idea of who a domestic violence victim was. And through working here and my learning, I've really learned that it is every type of woman, it is every type of SES level, every type of class, income level, race, everything. It is across the board, everywhere.
We can house on site up to 206 women and children. Thankfully, we've never been that full, but currently we always have about 48 women to about 60 to 65 children at a time. Our children always outweigh the number of women that are actually being housed.
Was a mom who came to me, and she was at a loss because she couldn't get through to one of her older sons, and she just begged and pleaded with me, please help me get his smile back. Help him to trust and help him to be open enough to smile. And luckily through WPS we saw that in a very short time, and it was one of the greatest days of my life.
You know, they're living in a shelter surrounded by women. Even staff, majority of us are women. So if they don't leave, sometimes they have little male contact.
Mentoring is a volunteer program in which volunteers will come every Thursday at 6 p.m. to Women's Protective Services and play with our kids, provide them information on how to enter college, how to fill out college forms for our older kids. They'll watch movies with our kids, hang out, throw a football, play basketball, do arts and crafts.
We do need good role models, especially males, to come in here and show these kids that there are good guys out there. As a survivor, you sometimes have that perception of there are no good guys out there, and these kids are used to seeing the male role model in their life as the dad, as the abuser, and that's something that's really hard to push through.
Having college males come in will be a great motivation for them to see, you know, these are guys who are working hard, who have goals.
I had a good time. I thought it was fun to go out there and play with the kids, and it's you know, there's really something for everyone.
You know, when you go in and you see all these kids are exciting to see you, they haven't seen that many 20 to 25 years old come around, you know, to play with them that much, you know. So when they see us, they're really exciting and, you know, really want to show us, you know, they know how to do this and they know how to do that. They can throw a ball, you know.
It's so easy to volunteer. You can go to the website or you can call our hotline and we can transfer you into our community education program and they can give you all the steps that you need to become a volunteer.